Hey, what's going on, guys? Oh my gosh, still not feeling the best. Though I will say, my wife made some phenomenal pozole. It's a traditional, Mexican soup, chicken pozole. It was, oh my god, it was so good. It was so good, and the spices in it were exactly like what the doctor ordered, like 100 freaking percent. It was so good. I highly recommend just looking up a recipe and like definitely making it for yourself. But yeah, we are back, and we are actually going to be playing some 14 at this time. We're going to be getting some game time in today, and I do want to adjust a few things on the stream. How are you guys doing? It's so nice to see you. I do want to adjust a few things probably on my screen. How's it going, Ragson? How are you? How are you doing? But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So let's get into the game here real quick. Let me see if this is a 1080 capture, or is it just capturing the game? Okay, it is capturing that. Let me see if I can swap it to where it's just capturing the game, because I want to bring Twitch chat over to this screen. Let me see here right quick. Give me a moment. Oh, sources. Or no, whoops, wrong button. Oh, how do I undo that? Oh, darn it. Darn it, oh, there we go. Okay, I promise I've streamed before. I promise. Window capture. We will label that as, 14 capture. Okay. Excellent. Alright, there we go. Excellent. Alright. Oh my god. That is huge. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh. Terribly sorry about this, y'all. Let's see here. So we will disable this one. And then we'll bring this over like that. Something along those lines. Now you guys can't see me. That's okay though, I guess. Oh shoot. Hang on. Let me just undo it. I think I threw... Or no. No, we're good. Yeah, you guys can't see me now, though. Yeah, I've got that there. Let's bring this all the way down. Oh, for some reason... Oh, there it is. Let's put that all the way at the bottom. Oh, whoops. Above that. There we go. Oh my god, I swear I've streamed before. I absolutely promise I have. How's the ultra-wide looking? Okay, we're good. We're all good. Okay, figured it out. Crisis averted. We're perfectly fine. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna be playing some 14 tonight. I am very, very excited about this. And, obviously I gotta bring Twitch chat over here, so that way we don't have a repeat of like a few days ago where I was dying so much because I kept looking back and forth, and it was just like I could not keep up with it whatsoever. I was dying so much, and then again, that also might just be because maybe I'm not good. That might be because I'm not great at the game. That could also be the case, which is weird because I've been playing this freaking game for, oh man, since 2016, probably since like 2016. Yeah, but I love 14, man. It's really good. I mean, I wanted to maybe start on that series I was talking about, which was essentially like Final Fantasy 14. Oh, what was it? A game remade. I was thinking of calling it, where essentially we were going to talk about things that we might change in the game in its current state to you know, maybe make it more appealing. I would argue for people who maybe have played the game for a long time and have maybe just lost a little bit of enjoyment in it, because I know for me, even though I absolutely adore Final Fantasy XIV, it indeed has its problems. And I think a lot of people can honestly agree with that, is that it does have its particular issues, and some of them are a bit more severe than others. I would argue that the biggest pull of 14 is not just that it's an MMO, but it's a Final Fantasy game. It is an RPG, and I would argue that is probably the biggest reason why a majority of people play, and in all honesty, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of lost the appeal. It's kind of lost the plot, at least when it comes to the plot. I will say the patches for Dawn Trail have done quite a bit. They've done quite a bit as far as, you know, fixing things up, making things a little bit more, you know, a little bit more, like, tolerable as far as the story goes. I had touched on previously, like, Calyx was a welcome addition, at least in my eyes. And the reintroduction of the Ashians was, yes, the post-patches were very good, Ragzin. Absolutely. And I think that Calyx was a great addition. I think he was a phenomenal addition to the story. And I am looking forward to seeing more of him. I am looking forward to that. In all honesty, I feel like reintroducing the Ascians was a mistake. I genuinely feel it was. I think they should have left the Ascians behind, because if that little teaser at the end of 7.3, Shard of Us being... Yes, please. Oh my god, that would be phenomenal. That's a great idea. That is a great idea, because there are still so many reflections. You know, I think, what was it, the 8th Umbral Calamity was avoided because of what happened in Shadowbringers. So we technically still have plenty of shards left where our character, our, you know, reflection can still, you know, our Ardbert can be. You know, we still have plenty of those left over. And I think it would be almost foolish not to pursue something where, you know, I agree with you, like an antagonist in a way. I think that that'd be a phenomenal plot point. I think that'd be great. Yes, would that be, let me think. Who would that be? I'm having a little bit of trouble remembering. Golbert. I don't know who that is. Am I having a seizure? Who's Golbert? Did I miss someone special? The guy from the 11th. Oh, Golbez. You're talking Golbez. Yeah. Was he one of our reflections? I guess so, because we did see through his eyes at one point when we were fighting his companion. When we were fighting through his companion, we kind of had a vision through the eyes of Golbez. So yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, it was. Alright. Yeah, I haven't looked deep into the lore of Zero and Golbez and everything. I would also love if Zero came back, honestly. I would very much appreciate that. Yeah, the real Golbez, yeah. And he's locked in stasis. I was unfamiliar with that, actually. I mean, as honestly, with Endwalker's post patches, it didn't lose me by any means, but it did disinterest me a little bit. Just a little bit, in a crystal. Okay. I might need to look into that, because honestly, when it comes to the story of Zero and Golbez, I was very interested to see where that would go, and it didn't really end up going anywhere, which to me was kind of disappointing. I was hoping that it would go somewhere. I was hoping that, you know, we would have a little bit more as far as their story goes. I really was. I'm hoping so. We can only hope. We can only hope. And currently, it seems like the focus is going to be on Calyx and possibly the Ascians. I'm hoping. At this point with the game, I hold out some hope, but not much. You know, I hold out some, not much though, unfortunately. Pardon the police sirens in the background. Some police are up to their due diligence outside. But yeah, I'm hoping that some interesting plot beats will come about, and will, you know, I don't know, maybe reignite my love for the story. Because at this time, you know, we'll hide you to lose. I don't know what that means. Devol's loots. What? Huh? I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I'm a little bit lost. I mean, lettuce. Did a popo hide you? Devil's lettuce. I see what you're saying now. Okay. I get it. I get it. It was the devils that confused me. I was like, what? And I'm like, oh, now I get it. Yeah, I guess in a way, potato did hide that a little bit. I guess so. I mean, honestly, I'm hoping for the best, but I also prepare for the worst when it comes to 14 at this time. Just at this time. It wasn't always this way. But, you know, at this current time, I'm not too excited for what's in the future. You know, I'll keep up with it, as I always do, but I mean, I haven't really been doing dailies. I haven't really been doing a ton of things. I have been running Palace of the Dead. That is something I've been consistently running. You know, and I've been enjoying that content quite consistently, but that's it's mostly because I've been trying to get Necromancer. That's also the big thing. I love the solo aspect of Palace of the Dead, and I do love the randomness involved. I do very much like the randomness of it. Let's actually get into something, by the way. Let's join up for an alliance raid, and feel free to call me out at any point if the audio seems to be a little bit iffy. I tried to make it, I had to increase the audio today because we were looking at some videos on YouTube, so there might need to be a little bit of audio mixing. I might need to lower like sound effects. Actually, I'm going to do that because battle sound effects can be a lot. They can be a lot. As well as probably BGM. I'll lower that to right about there. And then sound effects, I'll bring it down to about 65. Yeah, that's good. Because honestly, whenever I engage in battle in the game, the audio skyrockets. I swear, it's so loud. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna lower that. Yeah, I'm fine with the game at this current time. It's fine. It's not something that oh, someone left right. Oh, that's a. Oh boy, what a mixed bag this could be. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Oh, I see. Okay. They left right away because it's crystal? Oh my gosh, come on. Labyrinth of the Ancients ain't that bad. It's fine. I've been getting a lot of Nier recently. Last stream we got lucky. We got oh, hey, there we go. We got an Endwalker raid last time, which I was very happy about. I like a little bit of a change up, but honestly, I've been getting a ton of Nier recently, and I've been getting really tired of it. I've been getting really, really sick and tired of it. And also, pardon me if I'm not great at healing. I'm gonna prepare people ahead of time because I know people are gonna start getting hurt really bad. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. But, yeah, 14, it's fine. It's fine. But, I feel like in order to, improve the game and, like, make it so it's got, you know, more longevity, they are going to need to not just focus on, you know, bringing in new players. They also need to focus on, you know, like, making things, you know, good for veterans too, you know? And I don't say that just because I've been playing the game for a long time, because I wasn't here during, like, a Realm Reborn. I only joined the game after, you know, during, oh, whoops, I assumed an enemy. Oh my god! Alright. Yeah, but, anyway. So, yeah, basically, I joined the game in Heavensward. Basically, like, right at the halfway point of Heavensward. So I'm not a hardcore veteran by any means. But I do think the game needs a little bit of content that has specific staying power. Like, for instance, I think Palace of the Dead and Heaven on High, and forgive me for not remembering the new content. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Oh, they interrupted my cast. PT, I think that's the acronym for it. I don't remember what it's called. It's the newest Heaven on High, Palace of the Dead, I believe. And that looks promising. That looks very promising. That's the kind of content I like. I like randomness. I like very, very skill-based content. I do like that. That makes it so you have to think on your feet. That I do like a lot. And I feel like the game would benefit from having more on your feet style content where things could go awry, pretty quickly, like it's not always going to go well. And I feel like, for instance, I think what would really benefit the game, even in just what I'm playing currently, is a revamp to the old 24-man raids. Like, a revamp to the old 24-man raids, I think, would be very beneficial. I think that would be helpful. I genuinely do. And hoping that maybe they'll do it one day. I hope they do. Also, had a take a while back, and I'll put it out on stream, I don't mind. Of the idea of, like, making it so when you undersize content, it doesn't give you really any rewards. I've floated that idea before, and people have, of course, called me crazy, and I acknowledge that. It's not really it's not like a user-friendly idea so much, and I'm not a hardcore person. I'm really not. Like, I'm not a hardcore person. I likely wouldn't get many things if that was the system, in place. But I do like that system because it makes it so rewards, they have not just staying power, but they're meaningful. They're meaningful because you had to put the work in to get them. It wasn't just instant gratification, which I feel like is very, very short-lived. I feel like instant gratification, especially in a world where, that's kind of the norm for many people, is kind of just like even like social media. Like, we take in stimuli all the time, wherein basically we're more or less just like receiving like shots of dopamine, like, constantly. Like, that's a verified fact, is that when it comes to social media, we are, stimulated constantly, and we're getting these shots of dopamine from experiencing something new. And I feel like that instant gratification, it pulls away from, appreciating things and from actually putting time into things. So I feel like if they make the rewards in the game something you have to work for, I feel like that would make it, not just so people, are more happy with themselves over earning something, but also it makes it so items and rewards and glamour, it means something. It genuinely means something. There's a sense of accomplishment and meaning behind what you got, behind what you worked for. And I know that that's like a take that, as I said, not many people are going to agree with. I don't think they're going to pull their mobs back here, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind just sitting here for a little while. I'm just vibing. But honestly, I mean, I would be for that idea entirely. I know it's not going to happen, but I'd be for that idea 100%. And as I said, I'm not saying that as someone who would get the rewards, because I've raided Savage, but not a lot. Not a lot, especially on patch. Like, I did it with the previous tier of Arcadian, and then I raided Alexander way back when that was on patch. But outside of that, I never really did any raiding. And I know full well that would lock me out from certain rewards, but it would also, in a way, incentivize me to want to earn them rather than, just get them the quickest way possible. Because I'm perfectly capable of being able to go and get those rewards, but I like the idea of having to earn them. And if I can't dedicate the time and energy into earning them, then maybe I shouldn't have them. And that's okay. To me, that's okay. That's okay not to have access to every single thing that you can't put the energy and time into. It's kind of like with Palace of the Dead or Ultimates. I personally like the fact that those things are locked behind skill and level and, abilities and stuff. You can't just go into those things and be overpowered and immediately get them. Like, those rewards are meaningful. Those titles are meaningful. And don't get me wrong, I know people pay to get clears. Don't get me wrong, I know they pay to get clears and stuff like that, but those people are going to cheat themselves out of, like, that kind of accomplishment, and there's no real stopping that. But I feel like, in a majority of cases, people will undersize and just get things done. Now, do I think undersizing should be taken out of the game entirely? No. I don't. I don't think undersizing should be removed from the game whatsoever. I think that undersizing is incredibly beneficial for learning a fight. I think that when it comes to undersizing content, it's incredibly useful, but specifically for learning. I do not think that it should be the norm that you get every single reward and every title by doing that. That personally, to me, I just don't agree with it. But that's okay. That's okay, you know, and I know people, like, many people feel differently. Like, that I am very well aware of. But, you know, and I don't say that to just, like, oh, well, then that way, you know, only certain people can achieve certain things. I'm of the belief that in this game, almost everybody can achieve what they set their minds to. But obviously it needs the amount of allotted time and energy to get it. But that's what makes getting it so sweet, you know? That's what makes getting it so awesome. And I feel like by... Oh my god, the tank... Oh my god, the red mage. Ah! Okay, we're fine. That scared me. I was like, oh my god, that red mage is so screwed. Okay, oh, now I'm so screwed. Oh god. Oh my GBs. Okay. Okay. But yeah. That is personally one of my a realm or a game remade kind of ideas, is that I would love to see that happen. I know it's not going to, and that's okay. That's okay. It's just that was something that I know for a fact that I personally would like to see. I personally would like to see. And I know people will feel differently, but, you know, that's something I do. Now, when it comes to the story in particular in the next chapter of A Realm Remade, I would love to see our character, as they have been in these past few patches, taking center stage again. I would very much like that. We took center stage with Endwalker, which I loved. I feel like with Shadowbringers, we didn't really take center stage. It was more Elidibus and Emic Selks kind of center stage kind of deal. And then Endwalker was basically all us. Call me selfish. Call me self-obsessed. I like playing games where we are the main character, you know, and I feel like Dawn Trail kind of took from that. Again, that is not a huge take. Many people feel that way, but, you know, it's not something too crazy to say. But, you know, I like being able to play a game where, you know, I feel like you're the hero. You know, you feel like the hero of the story. You have a supporting cast. You're not the support. They are the support, you know. I prefer that. And I understand that not everyone's like that, you know. Like, some people really liked what we were doing in Dawn Trail, and that's okay. That's, you know, that's fine. But, I don't like where that's positioned, actually. We're fine. We're fine, actually. We're good. We're good. Wow. Okay. No. This team is absolute gods. Wow. Not a single... I am so proud. Everyone did so good. Great job, guys. Everyone killed. That was amazing. Dang, I was not expecting that. Shoot. Also, I just realized that my game window's a little bit low here. Let me fix that here a little bit. Oh my, now it's too high. Okay, there we go. I think that's fixed now? Yes, there we go. I just noticed that the background was showing a little bit through at the top of the screen, and I'm like, oh no, that's not what we want. But yeah, I know that everyone feels a little bit differently, but yeah, as far as the story goes, I feel like I would just really like for our character to take center stage again, which thankfully we have been in the patches, and I don't know. I love the aesthetic of Solution 9. I love that aesthetic. The aesthetic of the rest of the rest of the zones to me was fine. It was interesting. It reminded me a lot of, like, I don't know, like the zones, like the kind of open feeling reminded me a lot of Stormblood. Maybe I'm crazy for feeling that way, but it reminded me a lot of Stormblood. Not places like the Ruby Sea, but more places like the I forget what it's called. The first starting zone in Stormblood. That's basically the vibe that I got from it. And it's, you know, it is what it is. But that's the vibe that I got. Oh my god, the tanks are spanking. Oh god. Tanks are fighting. Oh, the warrior just running. No! Someone stop that warrior, even though their glam is sick. My god. I did not need to do that, but I did it anyway for style points. Actually, not for style points. I was just scared out of my giblets, honestly. Like, that, I was just freaked out. That's why I did that. I can't even pretend that I did that just to be cool. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot that they could do to improve the game. Not to mention quality of life things. I feel like at this point with the game, I know the spaghetti code is a thing. I know it's a problem. And I'm glad that, like, they're introducing, you know, the idea of, like, you know, getting rid of the job-specific or class or, role-specific glamour restrictions. I'm glad they're doing that. You know, more customization, you know, and I like that kind of thing. Let's see. I like your portrait. Oh, that person in the bottom left had a really good portrait, though, too. Shoot. No one's opening the chest, and I won't be the one to do it either. I don't want to be stuck with that stuff. But yeah, I just, I don't know, like, I like the glamour situation in particular is one thing that I feel does need addressing, and I feel like the limited space in the glamour dresser could be resolved with one thing, and it would be a compendium for all the gear we get. Essentially, it would be, let me pull it up, it'd be this. It would be an achievement window, a log of every piece of gear we've ever gotten. Of every gear that we've ever achieved, because I think that, honestly, and the thing is you wouldn't need to hold on to those pieces of gear. They could dissolve into the ether. It's a record of what you have. And then essentially I think World of Warcraft does something very similar. I've never played WoW, but I believe that's something they do with the I forget what it's called. I forget what their system is called, but I believe they do something very, very similar, where they essentially will make it so they have a compendium of the gear that you acquire. And for me, that would greatly benefit us as players. It really would. I feel like the glamour system is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but it could be so much better if they would just improve general things, like literally like a compendium. I feel like that would greatly benefit us. Just having a log of every single piece of gear that we have. You can even keep the amount of glamour plates. Like, I mean, I would love more, but if that's more of a strain and it prevents a compendium from being made, then keep the same amount of glamour plates, but give us a log of what we have. That way we can have every single piece of gear in the game. And as I said, it will just log it. It'll just be like, hey, you got this at one point, you can use it. And I'm like, okay. I like it has to go in your armory chest. It can't be like a like, what would I call it? What would it be? Oh man, I'm forgetting. Darn. It escaped me. It escaped me so quick. Darn. It wouldn't be a coffer. Okay? It wouldn't be a coffer. It would be the actual item needs to go into your inventory or armory chest. Or, if you want to, the glamour chest could literally just be that. You throw the glamour in there, and then it's like, okay, you got this at some point. You got it at some point. That's all that matters. There's no limited space. It's just you got this at some point, and now you can scroll through the entire log or compendium of the items that you had, of the items you acquired. That, to me, would be a great thing. I think that would benefit the game so much. And that's not the only thing. Another thing in a game remade that I would absolutely love to see is plain and simply a what would it be? A new updated housing system. I want to see new updated housing. That is a police officer or an ambulance just driving by. My God, sorry for that being picked up likely by the streaming software. But yeah, I want a updated housing system. I want the housing system to be just greatly updated to where you can have, and you guys can tell me how much of a heretic I am for saying this, instanced housing. Please give us instanced homes. Just make it so everyone has a house. Just that's it. Like, I know the feeling of the neighborhoods is something that people like. I get it. But I swear, just the feeling of having your own house is so nice. And it gives you so much, area to be creative and to open a venue and all that stuff. And basically how it would work, you have this instance, okay? And in it, I don't know, you could be like along a mountainside or something like that. And it's basically like a private estate. I mean, Wizard 101, an MMO that I would honestly classify as my first MMO, that and Club Penguin, I would honestly say that their housing system was the bee's knees. You literally could have a home and it would just be floating in a void. Just a blue sky. It would be floating there. And I love that. I love that. Because you can basically send an invite to your friends to invite them to your home. And I, for one, would love to have that become a thing. Just, I mean, even right now, estate teleportation is a feature. Like, just let us do that, Let us have a specific feature in which we can teleport to a person's instanced house. I mean, we already have individualized instances, like when we had like Raubon freaking Savage, where everyone was trying to get in at the same time. I don't think we'd have that problem though, because I mean, as far as instances go, there's like so many that are running at any specific time. There's so many running like all the time for dungeons, alliance raids. This would just be a house. It would just be a house. That would be it. And I know apartments are a thing, but they're also bought up. Not to mention people with homes can buy an apartment. People with an FC house can buy a house. It's like a personalized one. And I'm like, nah, I just give us instanced housing at this point. Like, for real, just give us instanced homes. I think that would resolve a ton of issues as far as housing goes. That is my two biggest gripes, quality of life wise, with the game. That's like the two biggest gripes I have. Otherwise, I mean, quality of life wise, the game is good. I mean, the fact that they are going to be making it so, excuse me, as the description of the stream says, I am sick. So every once in a while, I feel like death. So, I genuinely feel like, what is it? I genuinely feel like the quality of life in the game is good. I feel like the changes they are making to the glamour system currently, with making it so all glamour is accessible, is good. I feel like that's all. I feel like those are all good things, in all honesty. But I would like to see more quality of life improvements. And the only reason I ask those things, hold on one second, I gotta sneeze. Okay, all good. Dude, I am dying. I wanted to stream, but geez, my sinuses are all blocked up. My throat's killing me. But I'm just like, I wanna stream just a little bit more today before I like conk out for the night and I'm just completely dead. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need like rest now. Because that's likely what would happen, is I would just, just completely pass out and not be able to do anything else. But yeah, I feel like the game has a ton of potential. If they would, I don't know. Because do they focus on quality of life improvements or gameplay improvements? Because, as I said, some of the best content I've played thus far is some of the Savage content and Palace of the Dead. Palace of the Dead, I think, is phenomenal, even though, like, it's made me rage a couple times where I'm just like, oh my god, I was at the floor 180 boss, I had 3 minutes, left to kill it, and then I died, and then I'm like, well, okay, it's over. It's done. That was the furthest I ever made it on my own, and I'm like, dang, that was so close. What am I doing? But yeah, I think that when it comes to, like, just content that they could do, I think an element of randomness would definitely help. Definitely an element of, like, okay, you need to go into this prepared. You know, you need to be ready. And in all honesty, I think that that'd be beneficial. I think that would genuinely be beneficial. It's just the fact that in Palace of the Dead, you need to be prepared ahead of time. You need to look at guides. You need to be aware of your surroundings. You need to be ready on the fly if you hit like a luring trap or a mine or something like that. You need to be ready on the fly. Like, could you imagine 4-man dungeon content or even 8-man dungeon content like Palace? Like I know you could do 4-man in Palace of the Dead right now, but could you imagine just regular dungeons being that way? That's why I said 4-man dungeon content, not deep dungeon. Like, could you imagine just like 4-man content that is just, you need to be like quick on your feet to a degree. You gotta think like in real time. And then you might even need someone doing some like kind of call outs and stuff. But I feel like that would challenge the player base to a degree that I think a lot of people might not find it as fun. And that's fair. That's fair. You know, I am not one to be like, oh, well, you know, it needs to be difficult all the time. Like, no, it doesn't need to be difficult all the time. I just feel like there is a distinct lack of challenge in the game. I feel like there is a distinct lack of challenge when it comes to, I mean, it's casual content, but I feel like it could be more difficult. I really do. Like, the normal mode raids and some of the newer dungeons in Dawn Trail put you to the challenge. Like, don't get me wrong, but there's not many, like, changes that, like, nothing really changes in them other than maybe a boss mechanic rotating a couple times. Or maybe, like, every time you're there, it goes through one of 3 different kinds of rotations. Like, that's really the only difference. And it's like, that's okay. That's fine. But it doesn't land for me. You know, because you beat it, like, maybe 1 or 2 times, and then you're good. You're good. You don't really need to worry about learning anything else. You don't need to worry about improving in any further way. And I feel like that's another thing about video games in general, at least to me, and this is my game reborn kind of thing, or remade. I keep going back and forth between a game remade and a game reborn, where I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the game. I like the personal achievement of getting better at games. I do. I like feeling like I'm improving. You know, when it comes to content, when it comes to just overall just getting better at a game. I do like that a lot. I take a lot of joy in that personal achievement. But I understand that others are different. You know, like they might just, you know, they might really like the rewards, but without the personal achievement side of things. For me, I do like the feeling of personal achievement. I do. Now, does that mean that I won't undersize content? Oh no, I absolutely will, because time is valuable. Time is valuable. But that's also why I feel like those who dedicate the time to doing the content should be the ones who reap the rewards. Because at the end of the day, I mean, what's the point of having a title or having a shiny weapon if not to represent, like, not even like be proud or you know, like show off, but what's the point of having that if not to like display achievement and like hard work? You know, like, well, I don't really see the point to display that kind of thing if not to in some way demonstrate like, hey, I put a lot of work into getting this. You know, that's kind of how I am with Necromancer. Like, I want to get to that point. Like, likely when I if I ever get Necromancer, it's likely going to be like I'm just going to wear that title all the time. And what's funny is I don't use titles. I never use them. I just wear my name above my head. And even now I'm not doing that because I feel like it's just like I don't do that with really anybody. I have to target people and objects and stuff in order to get a name above them, because I feel like it takes me out of the game world like very, very quickly, is seeing a bunch of names and stuff. The only thing I have is, as you can see, like quest markers and stuff, and I need to select if things are going to show above them. But yeah, I feel like personal achievement, it should matter. It should matter. But I understand if, you know, people feel differently, and it's not if. It's not if. As I said, I have voiced this opinion before, and a lot of, like, many people disagreed. Like, many people disagreed. And that I fully am aware of. That I fully understand. And I appreciate the fact that, like, you know, people can feel differently on that subject. But for me, I feel like personal achievement does matter in games. Not just getting the reward, but putting in the work and the effort to get it, you know? And as I said, like, you can easily call me a hypocrite for, like, undersizing content. Go for it. It's 100% justified. But I would be fine. I would have not a single complaint, and I would actually praise the devs if they made it so undersizing content was not something I could do. I would be okay with it. I'd be fine with it. Also, I just realized Bongo Cat hasn't been with us this entire time. Where's Bongo Cat? Bongo Cat, I am so sorry. I forgot about you, bro. Bongo Cat, where are you? Where's our bro? Where's our homie? There he is. We got some treasures. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Okay. Okay, cool. We got like a little lettuce hat. And we got a circle. Apparently that's a duplicate, so I got that at some point. Man, Bongo Cat wasn't here for, I guess, last stream either. Shoot. I guess I forgot to have him out. Okay, well, Bongo Cat is here now, so we officially have a 10% DPS increase from having Bongo Cat here. But, yeah. I don't really know. I feel like the game has a ways to go as far as improvement. And that's okay. You know, that's okay. That's okay for individuals to feel like, okay, this could be better. This could be better. One thing I do want to see, because I like 14, you know, like breaking the ice a little bit with stream every once in a while. But I want to see if any of the videos that I did want to look at the other day would be of interest. Because I'm wondering. But I don't know if I can change the stream stuff midway through. I don't know if I can do that. We'll take a moment, and I'll see if I can do that real quick. So I will be back with y'all in a moment. Just give me a moment. Okay. We are back. Alright. Let me see if I can figure this out right quick here. We're gonna go to screen and YouTube right quick. Give me a moment. How's it going, guys? Alright, let me see if I can bring this over here real quick. Let me see. YouTube screen capture. That work? Oh no, that's Bongo Cat. Whoops. That is not the correct thing. That is Bongo Cat. Okay. Let's see. Alright. You gotta love him though. Look at this little fella. Look at him, he's adorable. Oh my god. Now my freaking thing is all messed up. Where is this? Let me see, what did I do with this? Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're all good. I was like, I think I messed up, like, something horribly. Okay. Let's exit out of the game. We're gonna exit on out. We're all good there. And then let's get some nice music on, so that way it's not just dead silent whenever I'm speaking, which, oh my god, I can't even imagine how uncomfortable that would be. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's, as I said, if the music is a little bit too loud, feel free to let me know. We're just increasing the audio here a little bit. But yeah, feel free to let me know if it's a little bit too loud and if the audio mixing needs a little bit of a touch-up here and there. Because swapping back and forth can sometimes be like a little bit of a pain, because obviously I'm going from like, you know, from one thing to another. I'm going from like a game to now streaming like a video, you know what I mean? And, you know, I want to be sure that I'm doing that properly. It just takes a lot of clicking and a lot of moving things around, so I'm trying to do that the right way. But what I did want to look at was this GameRags video. Now, the reason I want to look at it is because I loved Expedition 33. In fact, it's something I want to play on the channel. I do want to play Expedition 33, and the reason why I want to play through it again is because I feel like going into it like a second time, I feel like we'll, I don't know, have some kind of, I'll have more insight in on it, because, man, that is a deep game, you know? Like, Expedition 33 is a deep game, but it's a phenomenal one, and it speaks so much to just the idea of grief and the feelings that are involved with it. Like, it speaks so highly to those things. So I do want to go into this video. I do want to experience it with you guys, because this is before you buy. So what I'm going to try is I'm going to push this game on you guys. I'm going to force it into your eyeballs, because this game deserves your attention. Like, this game absolutely deserves all the praise it gets. If it doesn't win Game of the Year, I will riot. I will climb up a wall like evil, like horror movie style. I will be foaming at the mouth. Like, this game deserves Game of the Year. If it doesn't get it, it's insane. So, let's get into it. I'm very excited to see what is said. And as I said, if the audio mixing is bad, like so as I said before in the previous stream, the goal is to make it so, you know, like the video, when you hear that, all you hear is the video. And then when I'm talking, you hear me as well as background music. That is my goal. So if the audio mixing at all is bad, just be like, yo, fix your ish. You've got a situation here, buddy. You better fix it, because your stream is coming off incredibly, like, like, very, very not good. So yeah, feel free to call me out on that. But, anyway. So, let's get into this right quick. I'm very interested to see what is said.
And we're back with another episode of Before You Buy, that show where we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. As usual, it's me, Jake Baldino. We've been very busy here at GameRanks lately.
Dude, at Jake Baldino, this better be a nice review. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. You better give it a 10 out of 10 or a, hey, you should buy this like twice just to support the development team. If you don't, I know your Twitter handle. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. What am I gonna do? I will send you an angry GIF. And be like, yo, you messed up. It'll be like it's gonna be an angry GIF of a cat, particular. It's gonna be like a grumpy cat GIF because we're bringing back the 2000s in this channel. If you guys know anything, it's that I like to make dated references, obviously. So, yeah, let's keep watching.
And today we're talking about Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
The GOAT.
So this is a game from new development studio Sandfall Interactive.
It's an
RPG,
studio.
Heavily inspired by, well, I mean, look at it. It's like a bunch of things.
It's literally inspired by like the best things of all time because it's the greatest game of all time. Because it is the GOAT. It's quite literally the GOAT of all gaming of all time. I'm not biased, I promise. I swear I am not biased. I promise on my life. There's no way I could possibly be biased in this. No way. It's not like I've played it already and absolutely fell in love with it and cried repeatedly.
Legend of Dragoon, Persona, Lost Odyssey, and obviously a ton of Final Fantasy.
I've never played a Persona game, but I bet that they're really, really good. Honestly, I love the turn-based combat and the fact that you can dodge and parry like a Dark Souls. Like, I love that kind of thing. Like the fact that it's like a Souls game mixed with a turn-based RPG. Like, that's incredibly cool.
But while it's heavily inspired, they've made a really unique...
Dude, this scene was brutal. Like, I don't know how much GameRanks... I mean, honestly, like, they're probably not going to go deep into spoilers because, you know, this is a video for, like, you know, if you should buy it. So likely it's not going to be going into any spoiler territory or anything like that. But, oh my god, this scene was brutal. Oh my god, it broke my heart just seeing how messed up it was. Like, everything went down the drain so quick. And everyone on the expedition had, like, these high hopes that everything would go okay, that everything would be all right, you know, and that's not the way it turned out, and there were only a few survivors at the end of the day, and that is horrific, and I feel like it set up the stakes for the game incredibly well. I feel like it set up the stakes so phenomenally well.
And special game with a new world and new characters you might actually find really interesting. Long story short, to not mince words, it's got a few small weird flaws, but overall...
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. It's a perfect game. It's perfect. Don't you come after it. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there are flaws. Like, I faced a few gameplay issues here and there. Very few, mind you. Like, nothing dramatic or anything like that. But I did face a few gameplay bugs, like, here and there. Like graphical issues, primarily. And a few gameplay bugs here and there. Nothing too dramatic, though. Nothing that took away from my joy of the game. Obviously.
Expedition 33 is an absolute banger of a game.
It is.
This smaller team swung for the fences and went big. It's a great adventure with...
Dude, those ink things, the painted barriers, these things, the painted barriers.
Identity. It's something I'm gonna remember.
Where is it? No, we gotta go back.
It's
these painted barriers. I had no idea that I didn't even. This goes to show that I don't play enough RPGs where things are explorable. Like, this shows that I play too much Final Fantasy XIV because I'm not used to interacting with the game world. I'm not used to interacting with the game world in a way where, hey, this obviously different textured looking thing could be possibly interacted with in the future. I never think of it. I never think of it. So yeah, this completely threw me for a loop when you get an ability to break that. Like, it completely threw me for a loop.
Great adventure with like heart and challenge and a real unique identity. It's something I'm gonna remember fondly for a long time after.
As you should.
Look, if you're sick of AAA games sequels with diminishing returns or endless remakes, this game is your answer right here. I definitely recommend it.
It is a strong start to what I hope is going to be a franchise. It is a phenomenal start to what I hope is going to be a beloved RPG franchise that will, stand the test of time and will, absolutely just tower over maybe even other major RPGs. Like, I'm almost hoping that this inspires other, role-playing games, and that it shows, like, major companies. Like, I believe that there was even, like, I don't think it was a tweet. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was, I think it was just a congratulations that Square Enix threw at Sandfall, essentially for the success of Expedition 33. And I'm like, yes, like, please acknowledge how great this game is. Because it was inspired, in part, from Final Fantasy. Like, you can't tell me it wasn't. Like, come on now. Like, and I hope Final Fantasy takes from this and is like, you know what, we should do more things like this. We should do things like this.
Now, before we keep going, just so you know, I've been playing a review copy, and this footage was captured running on PC and is spoiler free.
I played on PS5, and honestly, I wish I had played it on PC. But playing on PS5 let me share the experience with my wife, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. My PC would have been way too difficult. We would have had to cram the chairs together and all that fun stuff.
Aggressively spoiler free, actually. There's a lot of good twists and turns in this story, so I'm gonna try and save that for you. So speaking of story, just like the overall thing, all I'll say is that for me personally, it is one of the best aspects of the game. It's got compelling characters.
The story is... How do I describe the story? Expedition 33's story is what makes gaming an art medium. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not mincing words. I'm not, like, making that up just for the sake of it. Like, Expedition 33 is what gaming was made to be. Like, in my opinion, like, gaming was meant to convey to the player something purposeful and meaningful from the developers. It was meant to convey the love and heart of the developers to its players. And I think that, like, with Expedition 33, it does that better than literally so many other games, if not most. Like, it conveys a feeling of, we loved what we made. We not only loved what we made, but we appreciate the time you're taking to play it. They don't waste our time. They don't make us feel like idiots throughout the story, or pull out, twists and turns that make utterly, like, no sense whatsoever. Everything adds up. Everything makes sense at the end of the day, and it leaves you wanting more, which is what you want when you start, like, a story. When you start a new world, a new franchise, you want it to be interesting to the player, and you want it to be respectful of the player's intelligence, and you want it to be, something fun, but also something meaningful. That's what you want.
In a unique situation here, it's this fractured world where the oldest are dying off systematically, one age year at a time.
Terrible scenario, by the way, to find yourself in. Like, awful, horrible situation to be in. Like, literally, that means, like, the people who are, like, teenagers, like, or that are kids, like, now, like 2 or 3 years old, like toddlers, will not live to see, like, 16, 17. Like, that's a horrific situation to find yourself in. And as you go through the story, and you find out why that's the case, you almost start to look at the antagonists as just like cold. Just cold. And I'm of the camp, well, you know what, we'll get into that when I inevitably play the game on stream. We'll get into my take when it comes to like the ending and that kind of thing. You'll find out.
Year after year. And every year, expeditions often comprised of...
Also, can we talk about a more memorable cast? Like, ever? Like, I swear to God, CL, she's the heart of the group. Like, Lune, obviously the brains. Gustav, another heart of the group. And Mael, I would argue, is like the soul of the group. She is the essence of Expedition 33. And it's like all of them, and Verso, I mean, he is such a compelling character. Even if, like, his motivations to me, you know, don't justify his actions to a lot of extent, he is such an amazing character that I almost give him a pass, in a way, when it comes to his motivations not being justified. He's such an interesting character that I'm almost like, I don't even care. I don't even care that, you know, his motivations might not make entire sense to me. Because you know what? When you're in grief, when you're suffering, because you lost someone you love, something you love, when you're in that grieving process, you do things that don't make sense. You do things that don't add up. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And when we think of Verso, and even all the characters in general, sometimes they make decisions that don't make any sense. They just make decisions that don't make any sense. Except Gustav, who literally is the GOAT. He's best boy. He is a golden retriever. He is quite literally the golden retriever of this game. I'm sure that if he is the kind of man, okay, let's just go over this. He is the kind of gentleman that he will see a random lady walking across the sidewalk. It is raining outside, and there's a big puddle she's about to walk into. Bro would dive into that puddle to make it so she does not step in that thing. Like, he would dive face first into that puddle and not even expect a thank you. Like, that's the amount of good boy we're dealing with here. Straight up. Like, that's what we're dealing with. Okay? Just want to establish that. Gustav is best boy.
The oldest venture out in their final year to discover more of the world and hopefully defeat the force that is killing everyone, this evil paintress. Now, right from the start...
Oh my god, I love the Gestural Village. I love the Gestural Village so much. Just everyone wants to beat you up, and it's amazing. Everyone wants to fight you, and it's hysterical to me. Everyone wants to fight you. Everyone does, and it's amazing. Just every single person here is just like, yo, you want to fight? And then there's like two random guys that are like, hey, I'm a philosopher. Buy my book. It's like, when did they think of this? And then there's another one. There's a doctor in the village who has like a growth issue, who like I think he said like his bones, they grow and they never stop growing. And he's like, all the pain that you could go through in life doesn't even touch a fraction of what I experience every moment of every day. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess what I'm going through doesn't really matter all that much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what you're dealing with. I'm sorry doesn't really mean anything at this point. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of at a loss for words. Your suffering is so immense. But yeah, Gestural Village is amazing. Also, they spelled Bazaar wrong. I kind of love that, though, not gonna lie. They spelled Gestural right, but not that. Also, up here, if they show it, it says chef house.
It's gonna grip you with
if
this
they show
premise,
it.
this whole idea.
Oh, it says chief. I could have sworn it said chef because they misspelled chief. I could have sworn. Maybe not. And then again, they did say this is like a pre-build. But I could have sworn that said chef house because they misspelled chief.
And all the interesting questions it raises. What's it like to live in a world where all old people are dead? What do you do with your life? Do you have children? Do you go out on this...
The big question of Sophie and Gustav, in all honesty. Like, the fact that what broke them up was not even that they fell out of love with each other. Because at the end of the day, you know, Sophie died in Gustav's arms. She gomaged in Gustav's arms. And it's obvious that they never, like, gave up loving each other. But what broke them apart is the fact that, you know, Sophie didn't want to bring children into the world, you know? Oh, 1 second. Yeah, Sophie did not want to bring children into this world. She didn't want to have children coming into the world and knowing that, you know, they would live such short lives. Like, if they were to have a kid at the point where the story takes place, that child would not, like, live long, like, whatsoever. They'd live till their teenage years, probably. And, and they'd be growing up without their parents. They'd be growing up without them. Mostly, like, they'd be growing up without them. And it's just, what kind of life is that? You know, like, where just people are just dying. They're just fading. Like, what kind of life would that be for the youngsters brought into the world? And then I also understand Gustav, though, because he wanted a family. You know, and it tore them apart. It tore them apart because they both had these desires, both being justified, man. One of them didn't want to bring children into a cursed and doomed world. And then the other was like, look, we have so much love to give, not just to each other, but to children, but to the children that we'd have. It's worth bringing them into the world so they can experience that and so we can experience that. It's like both sides are valid. Like, genuinely, both sides have their valid points.
Seemingly fruitless expedition. The opening section of the game dumps all of this on you, but in a good way, effectively, through strong, focused, cinematic direction, along with great performances top to bottom.
They better bring up the music, otherwise I'm going to crash out. The music was phenomenal. I bought the vinyls, okay? I bought them the moment they went live that you could buy them. I bought them the moment they went live. I'm like, give me the exclusive set right the heck now.
Andy Serkis, Jennifer English, who you might know as Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3, Charlie Cox, our goddamn Matt Murdock, and of course, Ben Starr. Now, this epic story focus is great, but it understands it's also a video game, so you quickly set...
It's art. Okay, it's a video game, but it's art.
Sail and venture across all manner of weird, strange places. You know, like crystallized caves, underwater sunken...
The zones were second to none as well. You honestly, like, the people at Expedition 33 could be like, yo, we'll pay you to talk about our game. And I'm like, could I pay you to talk about the game? I'll pay you so that you could keep making games. Because you guys are freaking amazing with this title. Like, this is so good. I will gladly pay for it. I'm buying it again on PC, for God's sakes. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Cities, places filled with weird creature guys, mysterious...
Also, the Picto thing. The Pictos and the Luminas. So good. Such a great way of customizing the character with their abilities and their strengths.
Magical forests, a village filled with all these little paintbrush minion guys. The game's writing does a...
They're gestrels. They're not just little painted guys. I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. My VTuber can't show up, but I'm about to lose it. They are gestrels, and you will put respect on their little names.
Good job of taking itself super seriously when it matters. And they injected humor in some lighthearted kind of banter style ways that doesn't feel forced or obnoxiously quippy or flippant or anything like that.
I do agree with this. I do agree with this. The humor was injected at the right times. Even with Esquier, one of the, like, jokey kind of characters, when Gustav dies, Esquier doesn't, like when they're back at the camp, Mael just, like, walks up to him. He, like, opens his arms, and she just walks up to him, and he just hugs her, and neither of them say a word. Like, neither of them say a single solitary word, and she punches him in the stomach. Because it's obvious she's angry, you know, she's dealing with grief. And it's like, it's just, she was going through it, and one of the joke characters was there for her. you know? Like, SK is filled with jokes and humor and lighthearted moments. But when it mattered, he was there. You know, he was there for her. And same with Minoko. Like, when Noko died, even though he was reborn, you know, later in the game, when Noko died, like, I mean, he was broken. He was broken up about it. And it was obvious. It was something that, oh, hang on. Real quick. Bongo Cat has things for us. That is lame. What else you got, Bongo? We got Angie Bongo Cat. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm all about it. But yeah, even Minoko had moments of like not just levity. Like, Minoko had so many moments of like jokes. But when Noko died, I mean, he was all seriousness. And when things were getting real and were getting severe, Minoko was there to be like, yeah, this is, like, I know where this is going and it's not good. Like, that's how real the characters are.
That they've just found a real good balance, and the emotional moments hit surprisingly hard, man. But
they do.
Okay, like, enough waxing poetic.
This open world, by the way, is amazing, and I love it so much. Like, oh my god. The open worlds is gorgeous.
About the story here. The game itself is a turn-based combat RPG adventure. You roam somewhat linear levels, separated by a big overworld map.
Even though they're linear, they still feel very open, very unique. Every single zone is different, and it is art. It is art. It is the Mona Lisa of games.
That you traverse through. You run up to enemies, and in traditional kind of JRPG fashion, a turn-based battle kicks off. Now, look, I know, I read the comments. Some people just don't prefer turn-based combat, these types of games.
It's true. It's true. Some people are not really into turn-based combat. Me, I loved, like, turn-based combat. I didn't play many Final Fantasies. 14 was, like, the main Final Fantasy that I ever played. Outside of that, like, I play Octopath Traveler, which is also something I want to play on the channel. But, yeah. I mean, I don't, I mean, I love turn-based combat when it's interesting like this. I do.
But while it's traditional turn-based here, it also has a layer of being much more active. So as an enemy does their turn, you have the opportunity to dodge, to mitigate some of the damage, or time something
which
perfectly
they are not doing. Oh my god.
And then
Lune!
you get bonus damage against an enemy. It's usually a big gamble because you can take a big hit if you screw up. But if you pull it off,
that sword, Mael? Oh my god, is that a gestural arm?
Usually events to a very powerful counterattack. The thing is, though, on normal difficulty, these timings for dodging and parrying are really tight, almost brutally so.
Oh, absolutely. So, like 100 freaking percent, like 100%. Oh, hang on. We got a ban here. 1 second. Bam. Gotta get rid of that. Okay. But, yeah. So, basically, when it comes to, like, overall, the gameplay and the combat is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Like, 100%.
Especially with the bosses. So yes, it's one of those games with like some of the coolest bosses you've seen in a while, but you don't have time.
The design of the bosses is also, frankly, incredible. Like, they are amazing. So, some of the bosses, like, even just like they don't have to be humanoid. Like, many of the bosses are not like humanoid in their appearance whatsoever. But they're so unique. Like, the giant serpent in the sky with a lighthouse for a freaking head is amazing. Like, props to Painted Clea for creating enemies that are terrifying and also like mesmerizing in their appearance.
Time to really appreciate them because you're just getting your ass beat, just getting crushed into the dirt. Look, my reflexes are starting to slow down, I guess. I got my ass kicked. And I found this game way more challenging and demanding than I expected. Look, if you platinumed or...
I don't dodge, by the way. I parry. Cause I'm a G. I never dodge. I never do. Maybe in the playthrough I do on the channel. Maybe I'll dodge, but parrying I like a lot more because you do you basically do an attack back to them, which I like that It's a lot of damage, not to mention the fact that it feels so good when you parry, and you also get AP back, which is great.
Breeze through something like Sekiro, you'll probably be fine here and just think I'm a baby, but just know that there are multiple difficulty options.
Trust me, it's not that this person's a baby. It's like timing is it can be hard. It can be really, really difficult.
Now, the remainder of the combat is awesome. Each party member comes with their own kind of sub-mechanic that gives you layers of ways to mess around and set up enemies for massive damage.
Yes.
One character kind of builds up a meter over time that allows you to unleash a special electric attack. One character uses like a kind of system of cards where
that's good stuff.
And withdraw certain types of elements against an enemy.
That would be Lune.
Cash in the damage when you really need to, depending on what they're weak to. One character leaves.
The only character I ever had problems with was CL. Genuinely. Like, CL was the one character that I love, but my god, I still don't understand how she fights. I still don't understand how the heck she works, man.
Elemental stains on the enemies, and a lot more, really. The game does a very good job of seeming pretty straightforward, pretty simple, and slowly unfolding. Like, just when you're starting to get the hang of things with your party or a game mechanic, they introduce a new gameplay concept. Actually, pretty substantially far into the game, I was getting my hands on new ways to...
Man, I'm disconnecting a bunch. It's like once every stream. Like... I'm wondering if there's a like a limit on like how long you can stream maybe on OBS. I don't think that's a factor, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it is. I really have no idea. But yeah, anyway.
Tough to wrap your head around all the characters' own sub-rules. But again, it's worth figuring out, especially if like you're a turn-based or JRPG pervert where you just like stacking and setting up massive attacks. And
just because I like JRPGs doesn't make me a perv. I don't want to hear that. I'm a person. I'm a person that likes JRPGs. I'm a weeb, okay? Not a perv. I'm a weeb, all right? I'm proud of it. Do you see me? I'm an anime avatar. I'm an anime boy.
And you're thinking 4 steps ahead, you can really tee up some good stuff here. It seems like a good system for that. Now, this, plus a simple loot system of different weapons with different elements attached, as well as upgrading those weapons with materials to stick to your favorites, just kind of rounds it all out. You're also getting these certain items to add to your characters that give you bonuses, like...
Yes, the Luminas and Pictos. And I do like the loot system. I like it a lot. I think it is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's really, really good.
Starting a fight with 1 extra attack point, or dodges giving you some...
Which apparently, I need to change my loadout on my PlayStation, because apparently, starting out with more AP is not the strat. Apparently, you are sacrificing Lumina points for quite literally no reason. So, I mean, you'll gain towards the end of the game. You gain so much AP, it literally doesn't matter.
Some healing, stuff like that. These have their own levels, and there are tons to find through fighting enemies and exploring and stuff. You also have a free aim attack, which is cool to kind of aim for enemies' weak spots.
I think that the free aim is really cool. Not even gonna lie.
Or, potentially blast their weapon away to, get rid of one's attack that maybe you had a...
I genuinely would, like, those shields there are my nightmare, because there were multiple enemies that I would run into that had those friggin' shields, and I would do, like, a multi-hit attack, and I would forget, like, oh, the enemy has, like, 6 shields, and they just absorb the entire attack, and I'm like... Every time.
I actually wish this system was utilized more. It's really good, but I'd love to see them like flesh it out in a sequel or something.
Yes.
So as your character earns experience and levels up, you can dump points into standard skill stuff like, health, increased attack power, increased defense, luck.
Yes.
You also earn skill tree points to unlock additional abilities, of which you can then bring 6 into battle at one time. Say like an ice spell or an...
I do like that there is a wide variety of abilities that leaves tons of room for customization, like a ton of room for customization, and you really can't go wrong. I mean, well, I mean, you can't go wrong. You can go wrong depending on the circumstance. Like, if you fight Simon and you got a bunch of shield stuff on you, you're done. You're done. It's over. I mean, it was done before. The music just like screeched or whatever in my ear. That was utterly terrifying. But yeah, so yes, you can go into battle with the wrong things, so it's not that you can never have a bad loadout. You obviously can. Like if you're going in with the build where you heal, you self-heal, but you also like I think it's like you take damage when you heal or something, or when you try to heal you take damage instead. I don't know. It's like there's so many builds in this game, and some of them are utterly busted. I mean, some of them are crazy
area
broken.
Of effect attack, or maybe debuffing enemies, a heal. There's quite a bit, and the game encourages you to mix them up decently enough. One of my favorites is one of the character fights with stances, and it's all about kind of building the back and forth and which move will then trigger which stance.
What is it called? My L, what is it called? Oh darn, I feel bad that I forgot. It's not the offensive stance, it's not the stance she has down here. Virtuose stance. Yeah, if you're not in virtuose stance, you're playing the game wrong. You essentially should only be in virtuose stance and no stance. You should essentially be dancing back and forth between those, and that's like literally it, as far as I'm aware.
If you do this move, but if this enemy has a certain debuff on it, that means that then that character will transition to, say, a different stance with
there's so much creativity in the combat, man.
Power, depending on the situation. It really can require a lot of thinking, but in a way that I like.
It can.
As someone who doesn't do a lot of good thinking in video games, I think they nail it here. These systems, all these items, all these stats. My only issue is that the on-screen UI is a little bit cluttered for it all. Like, navigating it is a little awkward, and at-a-glance stuff.
Okay. 1 second, I need to cough. Okay. So, I disagree. I do disagree. I think the UI is nearly perfect. I think that, like, for instance, if I was to play this on an ultra-wide monitor, I think it would be beneficial because it would, like, separate these things a little bit. It would make it so it's not so close together. But as far as clutter goes, I mean, I think it's perfect for the situation that you're in. If you're playing on, like, a normal screen, I think it's perfect for that situation. Ultra-wides, it might be a little bit different. We'll have to see when I play the game. You know, I might even have to just look up ultra-wide gameplay to see. But honestly, I think everything's laid out quite perfectly.
Isn't really perfect. After a while, you just kind of get rows and rows of equipable bonuses that just kind of look like a boring list. I would have
Oh, is he talking about the Luminas and Pictos? Because if that's the case, then yes, I can agree. I can agree to an extent.
Actually preferred a less is more approach here, you know, quality over quantity. But I guess on the flip side, there is a lot to equip here for customization or player expression, I guess.
Yeah.
Still, overall, it is a good system, and it all encourages exploration. There is a lot of side content here. Holy shit.
There absolutely is.
I found myself trying to balance my playthrough with exploring enough to get better stuff, but there's actually a lot of sub areas to explore and hidden left turns that may lead you to an optional sub boss.
There are so many hidden secrets. Like, so many secrets in the game. It is so refreshing to find a game that rewards you so frequently for exploring. Like, you literally can, like, you see that passage over there, you see that cave over there, you should definitely go explore it. Like, when I unlocked flying with Eskie, I did not realize how big the world was. Like, I didn't realize I only discovered like a third of the map when I unlocked flying. I didn't even realize.
It's got a fair amount of that stuff, and most of it does not feel like filler or half-ass stuff at all. The only thing I really disliked here, actually, is the platforming. Yes, the character can run, jump, and climb sometimes. Okay, I
will give you the dub there.
It's mostly optional, but it's very
I didn't even bother with the platforming because I don't like the jumping.
Sometimes want
I
you
will
to
admit
jump
that.
To ledges with like these very weak
I don't like the jumping.
No real
I will give you that.
System.
I will hand that to you.
Walking very, very carefully on very small ledges. Your character just slides around.
I didn't like
awkward. It feels like it's forced into the game. It doesn't really work, and I found it extremely frustrating at times. Also, there's not really a map. Like, there's an overworld map, which...
Okay, I get why people say this. Okay, I understand. Me, I like the fact that there isn't much guidance with the map. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, but I get that some people do. I do understand their frustrations. I get it. But I do like the idea of a map that you just kind of discover, and you kind of have to kind of surmise where you're at.
Unfortunately, just has icons and not a lot of names on all of these locations. That kind of makes keeping track of things a little annoying. But like when you're
Yeah, I guess so. I think it also keeps like a little bit of the like you get the name and I think the location like icon once you go inside of it. That's when you get it. You get the name and you get the icon. But I mean, in all honesty, I don't really mind that all that much. I really don't. It's not going to be a big thing for me.
In the individual areas, even if they're somewhat linear with just some branching paths, you don't really have any map of any sort that I could find, which makes things a little tricky in terms of backtracking or hunting for things.
Tricky, yes. Makes you need to memorize and explore, yes, even more so. And I do quite like that a lot.
You know, sometimes I would take a left turn or do a loop, and I would get lost once or twice.
Well, that explains it. You're supposed to always go right when you're lost. That's what the back rooms taught me. I'm just kidding. That's not... Don't follow that advice. Don't follow that advice at all.
The only other criticism I have is that you spend so much time out in the wild world adventuring with strange creatures and seeing magical stuff that I actually wanted to spend more time in the home area where the characters originally came from. That area, that setup is just that good. So I guess that's kind of just a backhanded compliment. Technically, I had a bit of stuttering here and there, Unreal Engine stuff, and you know.
Literally, it was graphical issues that they patched. Like many of the graphical issues I had, they patched out either before I purchased the game or like almost right afterwards. There was only a few graphical issues that I faced, and there was one really bad lagging issue when I used Simon's weapon. Like that was literally it. Outside of that, no problems. I don't think I crashed a single time playing this game.
You know, some graphical glitches in cutscenes, like weird shimmering hair effects, but I've had nothing really.
Could you just look at this freaking place, man? It's beautiful, my God.
Really super distracting or game breaking. I also had no crashes either. But there's quite a bit of game here. It's finishable in 30 to 40 hours depending on how you play. The game really...
I have approximately 100 hours clocked into this thing, and I love it. I love it so much.
It does a good job of pacing it out right and not overstaying its welcome. It doesn't drag on too long. And you can get more mileage out of it a little bit with
absolutely.
all the side content.
I have.
There's a new
I am one of
plus,
those people.
So it really just feels like they did check a lot of the right boxes here. Oh, also, I forgot to mention the music. It's some of the best I've heard in a game.
Thank you for finally getting to this point. Thank you. Thank you for finally addressing probably the biggest thing that this game will ever be praised for ever. I didn't know a game came with this soundtrack. That is the joke. I didn't know there was a game when I bought this album. It's like, literally this Expedition 33 has the greatest soundtrack of all time, and I say that as someone who plays Final Fantasy 14, and I used to think that was the greatest soundtrack. Now, I don't think anything will top Expedition 33. I just don't think so.
Long time. Like, the main theme and motifs and some of the battle themes, especially the French-themed ones, I just catch myself humming them.
Even Lumiere, like the opening theme, when you first start playing the game, it's amazing. It's amazing. That ding dong da dee dong. Like that's so good. Can we please acknowledge how good this is? Freaking Game Awards. I swear I'm gonna crash out so hard. I am going to eat my sorrows in 3 tubs of ice cream if this game doesn't win something at the Game Awards. It better win Game of the Year, and if it doesn't win that, and it loses somehow, I, at the very least, need it to win, like, the best music for a game that year. Because if it doesn't do that, I'm
to myself during the day, so
that's all I can say.
Success. Look, aside from a few little nitpicks here and there, I get it. I've totally kissed this game's ass, but like it's new IP, it's heavily inspired.
It's amazing.
But still manages to feel fresh.
It's amazing.
It's not super padded or overextended. It doesn't feel rushed, undercooked, or half-assed.
It is a labor of love from its developers, and you feel the love when you play the game as it should be. As it should be.
A single player adventure with no microtransactions, and it's $50 US.
That's
a video
insane.
game player, as a video
It's a AAA game with a like AA price, and there's like 1 bit of cosmetic DLC with music, and then that's literally it. Like, that's it. I know that they're coming out with new content at a certain point in the future, but oh my god, I'm so excited.
Game enjoyer, as a video game purchaser, this is exactly the type of game I'm looking for. So it just hit at the right time for me. Maybe it's going to hit for you, but this is a before you buy. You know how this goes by now. I give you some pros, some cons, and some personal opinion. And
honestly, the pros far outweigh the cons. If you're not buying this game, you cray.
Now I want to hear yours down in the comments. If you were anticipating this game, I'd love to know if you jumped in right away, if it's meeting your expectations. Maybe you didn't hear about it,
exceeded them.
Maybe you heard me talking about it in videos months ago and I said it looked good and you didn't want to listen to me. Whoever you are, let's talk down in the comments.
I'm someone who's played the game, clocked 100 hours, and I would have this this game's children. I would have its babies. I would love this game until the day I die. And I'm probably going to love this game till the day I die. It's an amazing game. Like, seriously, you need to play this. Like, for real, for real.
Any more questions for me? You can hit me up on social media anywhere, YouTube, everywhere, at Jake Baldino. But thanks for coming around. If this video helped you out, steered your purchasing decision, clicking a like button helps us out. Thank you.
Honestly, what steered my decision to buy the game, there was, as far as I'm aware, it was word of mouth that really got this game going, from my understanding, because that's what got me, was just word of mouth. Genuinely. Like, I heard people in Final Fantasy XIV talking about it. I looked it up on Steam, and I saw the gameplay, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. Now it's probably my favorite game of all time. It even beat Kingdom Hearts 2, which is insane for me. Like, that's nuts.
I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So good. So good. Oh my god. Just utterly amazing. My god. And I mean, we're gonna close out stream, but I mean, it's just, we're gonna close out stream, but we're gonna close it out the right way. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna vibe as we close out stream. Okay. We're gonna vibe a little bit. All right. I don't even care if you can't hear me. I don't even care. You know what? F it. F it. F it. No, we're going hard here. F it. F it. I want you to hear this. I want it to be in your veins. Oh. Dude, this should just be the intro music for the freaking stream. It's just so magic. It's so magical. Alright, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my god. Oh, it's so good. Thank you so much for coming. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys soon. Oh, glare obscure. Oh, it's so freaking good. Okay, alright. Alright, much love, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. This is the greatest. Alright, see you guys later.